Right. So today we're going deep, really deep into this pretty interesting stuff I found.
Okay.
It's a Vedic astrology thing, right?
Vedic astrology, love it.
Yeah. And it's specifically, well, it's all about March 12th, 2025.
Oh, wow. Looking ahead.
Yeah, way ahead. It's from this site, USA Vedic Zodiac.
Okay.
And they give us the Hindu Vedic Panchang and all the predictions for, all the signs.
Yeah, for that day.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Specifically, we're going to be looking at relationships and finances.
Okay, that's good.
So, I mean, we don't want to get too lost in the weeds with all the little details of the astrology. So we're going to pull out what we think are the most interesting and sort of actionable.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's make it practical.
And hopefully that'll give everybody a sense of, like, what might be coming. Right, exactly. Like the big picture for that day.
Cool. So we start with, like I said, this Panchang.
Yeah, so the Panchang is basically like the Vedic lunar calendar.
Gotcha.
It gives us this, like, underlying energetic, map for the day.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of our starting point, right? Like, what's the general vibe?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we look at how that vibe might actually play out in people's love lives or finances.
Right.
Based on their sign.
Cool. So first up, we have the Tithi.
Okay.
This is the lunar day, right?
Yep.
And for March 12th, it's Shukla Paksha Tritiya.
Shukla Paksha Tritiya.
Oh, yeah. Now, I know that the moon goes through all these phases, but what's the deal with this one?
Right. Well, Shukla Paksha basically means it's the bright half of the lunar cycle. So we're talking about, that time between the new moon and the full moon. It's like a waxing period. Things are building.
Mm-hmm.
Tritiya just means it's the third day of that waxing phase. So, the first couple of days after the new moon, you've got this, like, fresh start energy.
Okay.
But by the third day, you're starting to see that energy really gain momentum.
Okay.
It's kind of like, think about planting a seed. You've put it in the ground, and now you're starting to see the first little sprout coming up.
Yeah.
So traditionally, this time, this Shukla Paksha, especially Tritiya, it's considered really good for new beginnings, for starting new ventures. It's a time for celebrations, for, kind of riding that wave of increasing energy.
Cool. So building momentum.
Building momentum, exactly.
Okay, makes sense. So after our Tithi, we've got the Nakshatra, and the Nakshatra for March 12th is Mrigashira.
Mrigashira.
Which...
I love that name.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, it's so evocative.
Yeah, the deer's head.
Deer's head, right.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah, so it's all
what
about...
What did we say, Mrigashira?
Seeking, right.
Okay.
Like, that's the main thing. It's about curiosity, about being inquisitive, always kind of searching for deeper meaning.
Gotcha.
And, a little bit of restlessness, too.
Okay.
Like the deer, always kind of on the move, looking for greener pastures.
Yeah.
So on March 12th, with the moon in Mrigashira, that energy might really, like, amplify those qualities in all of us.
Okay.
We might find ourselves asking more questions. We might be more drawn to new experiences.
Okay.
We might be, reevaluating our relationships.
Looking at them with, like, a more critical eye.
Gotcha.
And the same goes for finances. We might be questioning our strategies, looking for new ways to manage things.
Okay.
It's a day where, like, that intellectual curiosity, that thirst for knowledge is going to be pretty strong.
Gotcha. So not a day to just...
Yeah, not a day to just, like...
sit back and relax.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be engaged.
Okay, cool. So the next piece of the Panchang is the yoga.
Okay.
And specifically for March 12th, it's Shubha Yoga.
Shubha Yoga.
Now, Shubha, that sounds pretty good.
It does. It does.
I mean, does that just, like, inherently mean...
Yeah, pretty much. Shubha basically translates to auspicious or beautiful. It's, like, inherently good.
Okay.
And in Vedic astrology, yogas... These are like special combinations or alignments of planets that create,
specific influences.
Oh, yeah.
Shubha Yoga in particular, it's formed by, looking at the position of the sun and the moon and adding their longitudes together.
Gotcha.
And it's a really, really favorable alignment.
Okay.
Like it's associated with good luck, with harmony,
right,
and with successfully completing tasks.
So if if Shubha Yoga is active,
Yeah.
what kinds of things should we be doing?
Well, anything, really. I mean, it's believed that
Mhm.
when Shubha Yoga is happening, things just tend to work out more smoothly.
Okay.
Obstacles are easier to overcome.
Right.
So, if you have important meetings, negotiations, or, any big projects you want to start, March 12th could be a really supportive day to do that.
So basically a cosmic thumbs up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we have the Karana, which is Balava.
Balava.
And Karana is kind of a new one for me.
Yeah, so Karanas are like these little sub-periods within a Tithi.
Right.
Each Tithi actually has 2 Karanas, and they represent like a more immediate, more dynamic energy. So it's like a little flavor on top of the main Tithi energy.
Right.
Now, Balava Karana specifically, it's all about strength and effort.
Okay.
It's about like that drive to get things done.
Gotcha.
So it suggests a time when your own personal power, your motivation is going to be pretty strong.
Okay.
So you've got that Shuha Yoga, which is like this general, auspicious, positive vibe.
Right.
And then Balava Karana is kind of like a little extra push to actually take action.
Gotcha. So action-oriented day.
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got a lot of positive energy here.
Lots of good stuff.
The Panchang also gives us sunrise and sunset times,
Okay.
which are 7:24 a.m. and 7:13 p.m.
All right.
Now, I mean, I know those are pretty straightforward things,
Right.
but are they actually important?
Oh, they're super important in Vedic astrology.
Okay.
Like sunrise and sunset.
Mm-hmm.
These are like the major turning points of the day.
Okay.
They mark these like transitions between different energetic phases.
Okay.
And they're really important for traditional rituals and practices.
Okay.
So, for example, certain prayers or meditations are specifically recommended
Okay.
at sunrise or sunset.
Gotcha.
And beyond that,
Yeah.
those timings are really essential for doing more like detailed astrological calculations.
Okay.
Like figuring out the exact strength of different planets throughout the day.
Okay.
So, while we might not focus on those times specifically in this overview,
Right.
they're like really fundamental to the whole system.
Gotcha. So kind of the foundation of everything.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So, overall, our source gives us a sense of like the auspiciousness of the day. So based on everything we've talked about, March 12th is considered auspicious for starting new ventures and for religious rituals, for travel. It's neutral.
Neutral for travel.
Yeah. So, I mean, that kind of gives us a sense of where the energy is.
Yes, absolutely. It's like a little guidepost.
Yeah.
So new ventures, that makes sense, right? We've got that Shukla Paksha, that growing energy.
Yeah.
We've got Shubha Yoga. We've got Balava Karana. Like all of those things are supporting new beginnings. And then religious rituals.
Yeah.
That suggests like there's a heightened spiritual energy on that day.
Okay.
And then travel being neutral. It just means like it's not particularly supported or hindered. It's kind of like, proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little extra planning if you have to travel.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So that's the Panchang.
All right. So now
Let's move on to the Zodiac predictions, shall we?
let's do it.
All right. So we're going to start with love and relationships, and we'll go through each sign.
Sounds good.
All right. So for Aries,
Okay.
the prediction is that their passion will be peaking.
Passion peaking for Aries?
And that they should express their feelings openly.
Yeah. So Aries is already,
Okay.
pretty bold and direct. So with this surge of passion, imagine them just like wanting connection even more. They might feel really empowered to take the initiative, to make the first move, to really express their affections with like a lot of enthusiasm.
Right.
And they might be more spontaneous too, more likely to surprise their partner with like romantic gestures and things like that.
So if there's someone that they've been, wanting to get closer to,
absolutely,
this could be the day to
really
go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. For Taurus, the prediction is that a romantic gesture will strengthen their bonds.
Romantic gestures for Taurus.
Yeah. So what kind of gesture would...
Well, Taurus is all about
A Taurus really
the
appreciates.
senses, right? They love things that are grounded, sensual.
Okay.
They appreciate commitment and stability.
Right.
So, a romantic gesture for a Taurus should appeal to those things.
Okay.
It could be something like a beautifully prepared meal,
Okay.
a thoughtful gift, something that's lasting,
Right.
not just fleeting, or even just creating like a really cozy and comfortable atmosphere. Right.
For quality time together.
Yeah.
Something that really makes them feel secure and loved.
Gotcha.
That's what they really respond to.
Okay, so something tangible.
Yeah, something tangible, something real.
Okay, cool. Gemini, they're told that communication
Communication
is key to resolving misunderstanding.
Of course. For Gemini, right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're already
they're all about communication.
pretty good at communicating.
Exactly.
So what do they need to
Well, it's about using that skill
do differently on this stuff?
with intention.
Okay.
It's about really being clear and listening actively.
Okay.
Not just talking,
Right.
but really hearing what their partner is saying and then expressing their own thoughts and feelings in a way that's honest,
Okay.
but also, not blaming or accusing.
Gotcha.
And being willing to, really dive into the issues.
And work through them together.
Yeah.
It's about finding common ground and avoiding assumptions.
Gotcha. So really being...
Yeah, being deliberate with their communication on that day.
Cool. Cancer is predicted to have a deepening of their emotional connection with their partner.
Deepening emotional connection for Cancer.
Yeah. Now they're already pretty emotional.
Yeah, I mean, Cancer is all about emotional security and intimacy. So for them, this deepening might be about feeling even more empathy. It's about understanding their partner on a really deep level and feeling safe enough to share their own vulnerabilities.
Okay.
It's about building that trust
to
the point where, they can really open up and be their true selves with each other.
Gotcha. So kind of next level.
Yeah, next level.
Intimacy.
Okay.
For Leo, if they're single, they have the potential to attract someone special.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Leos are already pretty...
Yeah, I got that natural charisma.
Magnetic. So what's the...
Well, on this day, their confidence might be even higher.
Okay.
They might be radiating, just warmth and brutality.
Right.
And people are going to be drawn to that.
Okay.
So it's a day where, if they're single, they should put themselves out there.
Okay.
Embrace that confidence and see what happens.
Yeah.
The possibilities are there.
Okay, now for Virgo, the advice is to focus on building trust.
Building trust for Virgo.
Yeah. Which, that's pretty...
Yeah, that's a big one for Virgo.
Important. So what can they do to...
Virgo is all about...
practicality and reliability.
Okay.
So for them, building trust comes down to...
consistency.
Okay.
It's about being meticulous and keeping their word.
Right.
If they say they're going to do something, they do it. It's about being transparent in their actions and their communication.
Yeah.
No hidden agendas.
Right.
Just being upfront and honest.
Right.
And it's about showing their commitment through consistent actions. Not just saying they care.
Right.
But actually being there for their partner.
Okay.
Supporting them, being dependable.
Gotcha. So actions speak.
Exactly. Actions speak louder than words.
Louder than words.
Especially for Virgo.
Okay, cool. Libra is told that their charm
Libra's charm
will bring harmony.
Ah, that's so Libra.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty charming.
Yeah, naturally.
Anyway, so how can they use that?
Well, they can really lean into...
create harmony.
Their natural diplomacy.
Okay.
Libras are great at seeing multiple perspectives.
Right.
They're all about fairness.
Okay.
So on this day, they can use those skills to smooth over any disagreements to create a peaceful atmosphere. It's about really listening to their partner and trying to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And then, using their communication skills to find a compromise that everyone can live with.
So basically just...
Yeah, just being their charming selves.
Yeah.
And using that for good.
Cool. For Scorpio, The prediction is that intuition will guide matters of the heart.
Intuition for Scorpio.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess...
Oh, yeah, Scorpios are
pretty intuitive.
Incredibly intuitive.
Already. So how can they use that?
Well, on this day,
more.
it might be about, like, taking some time for quiet reflection. You know, maybe meditating or just spending some time alone with their thoughts, really tuning in to their inner voice.
Okay.
And then, you know, when they're interacting with their partner or potential partners, just paying close attention to their gut feelings. Those, like, subtle cues that tell them, you know, if something feels right or something feels off.
Right.
Trusting those instincts. That's going to be key.
So it's about really, like...
Yeah, really tapping into that inner knowing that they already have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sagittarius, who are in long-distance relationships, might see those relationships really flourish.
Long-distance love for Sagittarius.
Yeah. So what
Sagittarius is all about?
Factors might be at play there.
Optimism and adventure.
Okay.
So maybe there's like a renewed sense of hope.
Okay.
They might be feeling more positive about the future of the relationship. Maybe there are new opportunities for meaningful communication.
Okay.
You know, finding ways to bridge that distance.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe they're even making plans for future visits, reunions. So there's like this feeling of things moving forward, even though they're apart.
Gotcha.
That's what can make it flourish.
Okay, cool. Capricorn is encouraged to spend quality time.
Quality time for Capricorn.
With their loved ones.
Yeah.
Now, what would Capricorn...
Well, Capricorns are all about...
Consider quality time.
Meaning and purpose. They like to feel like they're accomplishing something.
Okay.
Even in their personal lives.
Right.
So for them, quality time might involve doing a project together.
Okay.
You know, maybe building something.
Right.
Or working towards a common goal.
Okay.
It could be about having deep, meaningful conversations without distractions. Or even just being fully present